Hi there, Sandra here from Createinspain. Today I wanted to show you how to use Procreate to take a background out of an image and to separate all the items into individual ones, should you want to do that, for sticker making or for making cutouts, whatever. It's a very easy thing to do and it's a very useful thing to do. What I've got here are two images. I duplicated the file because I always find that's a good idea just in case you make a mistake or something crashes, whatever. It's always a good idea to have a duplicate. Now you can duplicate it in the gallery as I had done, or you can come up to the layers here, you can swipe left, click on duplicate, hide a layer, and then you can lock it, and then nothing's going to happen to that no matter what you do to the rest of it. You'll still have your original image in place. So first off, I want to take the background out of this, and it is very easy to do. But before I do that, let me just make it a little clearer to you. Normally, if I was to do this and I wanted to print off an A4 sheet, I would be using an A4 page made in Procreate with a DPI of 300. And then I would have my images at the highest quality that I could for importing, and then I'd know I would get a decent print. I've not bothered doing that with this because I'm not printing it out. This is for demonstration purposes as to how to manipulate it. So up here is the masking tool. It looks like a broken S or a piece of ribbon. Tap on that, masking tools come up. Now I've got freehand selected at the moment. I don't want that. I want it on automatic. I want it on add, and I do not want color fill added. Tap on the white section. Oh yes, everything's selected, great. Now I want to invert that, and it has now got my various pictures to copy. I'm going to go to copy and paste, and you think, well, nothing's happened, but it has. If you come up to the layers panel, you can see there is a layer there with no background, so I'm going to remove that layer there because I've got this one still, and I want to take away the background color that I've got on my page. This is not part of the design, this is on the page. Now with Procreate you can set it to a background colour of whatever colour you like, and I always have it on white normally. So if I take that, you can see that I've got rid of the background. Now the slight problem is that because it was white, I've lost some of the detail in some of the pots. Not to worry, that can be rectified. But first of all, I want to separate these out into separate items, and I want to have one of each of the designs. So come into the masking again. This time I want to go for freehand, and I'm just going to draw a little line around my things here. Okay, copy and paste, and it's now on a separate layer. So you need to go back to the original layer, and you want to copy and paste another one. So I'm going to select this one, copy and paste, go back to my original layer, and we do this for all of the designs that we actually want. So I'm going to pick, I think it was this one that I haven't got, copy and paste, come back in here. So the one I haven't got is that one there now. Back to my original layer, come back in here, copy and paste this one. There we go. So I've got them all as individual layers, which is exactly what I want. So I'm now going to hide this, and I'm going to lock that. So everything is still there, I've not lost anything. It's all there. If I need it again, it's there. So now I can pick up these individual ones and move them around. So this one is just going to go there, and this one, oops, I think actually I'll make it a bit bigger, and I'm going to rotate it because it's not quite level, it's on a skew. So put that on there, still going to make that a little bit bigger, I think. And now come in for this one. Again, I'm going to rotate that a bit, put that there, and the final one, that needs to be rotated in that direction, that's about right, and or maybe I'll just leave it down here. Okay, so now I want to see which ones I need to edit, and I need to edit this one and I need to edit this one because the white bits are missing. So let's find the appropriate layer, this one here, come in, and you can see what is actually missing on there. So I need to get a brush, and I've got freeform, which is fine. Now the difference between, they look similar. This is the monoline, I think, that came with Procreate originally. This one, I've taken the line smoothing off, so I can literally draw zigzags like this, and it will draw it. With the line smoothing, it will try and even it out for you. So I'm going to use that one, and I need to use white because that's the right color. And if I come into the layers, if I draw directly on top of this, I'm going to be going over what's there, and I'm going to have to be really, really careful. Don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? So I'm going to put another layer in, and I'm going to take that layer, I'm going to drag it underneath, and I'm working on the layer underneath the pot plant. So now I can come in, that was a bit too far away. Let's take the line down a little bit. If I do it from this side, I can see where I am going. You can turn this around, so if, like me, you find it a lot easier to go from left to right, for example. I'm not taking an awful lot of care in this, but you get the idea. There we are. I filled in the bits that I needed to fill in. So that is done. But I've got these two funny layers and I don't want it on two layers. So tap on the top layer, tap again, and you'll merge down, and that makes it all one layer. So this is now one picture. So the other one that I need to do is this one here, which is that one. Again, I want another layer, drag the layer underneath. I've still got the white on, which is fine. Although I could choose a different colour if I felt like it. And just draw the white to get it where I want it. That will do fine, thank you very much. And then that needs to be merged down to create its own layer. So now I've got these individual things on their own layers. If I want to, I can mess around with colour and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'll do that in a separate video so you can see what magic you can create with this. But that has got all the different layers. Now, when it comes to exporting it, you click on the little wrench here and you've got images. Now, if you come down here, you've got share, so you can share it to your other computer, you can share it to your email, whatever. I'm not going to go through those options. And you've got different ways that you can share it. But if you share it with this, you're going to get them all on one layer image. You don't want to do that. What you do is share layers, and you've got a choice between PDFs or PNGs. Pick the PNGs. You can share it to wherever you want to share it. I'm going to airdrop it. And Sandra's MacBook. And then all those individual layers have been transferred to my MacBook so I can use them in Shortcut Slot. I'm in Shortcut Slot 6, and you can see on the right hand side of my screen I've got my individual little pots, and they were just shared via my iPad to my desktop. Obviously, if you've got a different type of computer, different ways of doing it. So all I do now is to drag them and drop them into my workspace. They'll go over each other, but no problem, you just separate them out, like so. They are PNGs, and there is no extra space around them, and it has just imported them exactly as they should be imported. Now, what I suggest you do, and I do this with most tracing that I do, is go to Path, and simplify, and that takes the number of nodes down. It's gone from 394 to 170, which is worth doing. You'll find when you do that the cutters cut better, they cut more cleanly, they are quicker. It just makes sense to do it. So the other thing that you might possibly want to do is to make sure that you've put an offset on. Some people like an offset on their stickers, for example. You may not. If you don't want an offset, it's pretty easy. You've already got your cut lines there. That's done and dusted. If you want an offset, you can go to Path and you can go to Offset Path and choose the offset that you want. There we go. I've got 3 mil on that. That's fine. Okay. Now you don't see it simply because it's not got a colour assigned to it. So you can come up to here and you can choose colour, and then you can choose whatever colour you like. Just put a black line on and that will show you your offset. So if you look at this under preview, those are cut lines. They are not printable, they are cut lines. That's it. Okay, I don't have any draw lines in there, so that makes no difference. Then when you show printable, you'll get your printable design in there. That's what you're going to have. So you can now do whatever you like with these particular objects. You could duplicate them, fill the page with something else. It's entirely up to you, but that's how you get your individual pieces. And that is a very easy way of doing it because you can export from Procreate with your individual layers. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below if you have, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I will come back and see you later. Take care now.